All right, over the page now. And have you got an old working mobile phone lying around the house that you no longer use? I know you do because I can definitely think of a couple that I might have. So we're talking to DV Safe Phone, who collects, repurposes and gifts mobile phones to victims of domestic violence so they can take them home and hide. Here to tell us more about this special initiative is Ashton Wood. Welcome to the program, my friend.
Thank you, Mike. Thanks for having me today.
No worries at all. So Ashton, for those who might not be in the know, why is this so important and such a great initiative that you've come up with? Take us through why it's needed.
Yeah, sure. Thank you. So it started 2 years ago when I cleaned up the house and filled the car with goods to donate to charity. And my intention was to run it up the road to the local, local shop to drop them off for those who need them. And unfortunately, COVID happened and everything got shut down that evening. So I suddenly had a carload ready to go and nowhere to take it. So I rang an ex-police senior sergeant who I'd met and said to her, look, I've got a carload of stuff. Where do I take this? And she said, Ashton, what I need right now are mobile phones. And I was a bit shocked and said, but I've got a carload of stuff. She goes, that's good. We need that too. But what we really need is mobile phones for victims of domestic violence to take home and hide.
Interesting. Okay, so let's talk a little bit further about that. How many victims are out there who are actually in need of these telephones, just so people can quantify perhaps that mobile phone that's sitting in the drawer that could probably help someone else out?
Yeah, well, I said to her, I've got a couple of phones here you can have right now because I'm always upgrading. I just want the latest phone.
Yeah.
And she said, Ashton, those phones could save a life. And I said, well, how many do you need? And she goes, what do you mean? I said, I've got plenty of friends with phones. We've all got them in our drawers. How many do you want? And she said, you'll never get me enough. There's over 2 million victims of domestic violence here in Australia.
That is incredible to think and heartbreaking as well. So I guess my next question, Ashton, is how can people help? Where should they be sending them? How do you and your group actually assist in this process?
Yeah, so we're calling on anyone, individuals, corporations. We've had amazing support already from a lot of corporates. To send in those old phones. So as you upgrade, instead of putting them in the drawer or maybe selling them, consider donating them to us. And we'll receive them in here. So I'm sitting in the office right now. We'll receive them in here. We'll test those phones, make sure they work, and then we give them for free to domestic violence and law enforcement agencies across Australia to provide to victims a part of their safety and escape plan.
Absolutely incredible. So what about if we don't have mobile phones lying around, but we do really want to help? Is it something that you guys do when it comes to taking funds or anything else? You did mention it's a charitable experience.
Yeah, it's a full charity, full registered charity in Australia. And yes, we desperately need the money too, because every phone that comes through, we pair with a brand new charger cable, SIM card and credit, and then we pay for the postage for the phone to go out. So even though the phones are coming to us for free, we still need funds to actually process them and get them back out. So we'd love people to donate if they've got $1 or $5 or $100 or $1,000. We'd love any donation that can come through to help us continue this free service that's so critical.
Absolutely. And Ashton, how can people find you guys? What's the best avenue to start engaging and getting a dialogue going to assist?
Yeah, the best is our website, which is dvsafephone.org, so dvsafephone.org. And on there's the ability to fundraise, pledge how many phones you might be able to get. You can start teams, so people in workplaces can put a little team together and ask their friends to donate phones and funds as well. And it's all reportable. Any donation over $2 gets a full tax receipt here in Australia. So we've got the deductible gift recipient status here. So yeah, we just want to really get as many phones out as we can. And with 2 million victims out there, we know we've got a long way to go, but every phone we get could help save a life.
Absolutely, and spreading the word is that first step. Ashton, thank you so much for joining me on the program, highlighting a little bit more about the space and what you guys get up to. I think it's incredibly important. So I appreciate you coming along and telling me all about it.
Thanks for having us, Mike.